Welcome everyone to Connect with Chris, where we catch up with distinguished alumni from the School of Communications at Quinnipiac University. Joining us today is Ayah Galal. She's a 2018 graduate in journalism and political science. Ayah is now a reporter and producer for Wfsb in Hartford. Welcome, Ayah.
Thank you so much for having me, Chris.
So Ayah, let's talk a little bit about how you came to Quinnipiac. What was the decision-making process?
So I am originally from Connecticut. I actually don't live too far away. And I toured Quinnipiac, and I think the first thing you notice is really just the beauty of the campus, everything from the library, especially this time of year. The campus is beautiful. And I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do. I was kind of torn between two programs, but Quinnipiac was doing great in both those programs. And I really liked the School of Communications. I came to Admitted Students Day. I got to speak with some current students about what they were involved with and really fell in love with the campus. And then I ended up coming here, and it was a great decision, and double majored in journalism and political science.
So what was it about journalism that interested you? Why did you decide that you wanted to go into that field?
Yeah, so like I said, I didn't always know I wanted to go into this field, but I always had a love for news, for writing, for reading, for traveling, and really like telling other people's stories. And so I feel that, by combining journalism and political science, I think the two are very interconnected. So many of the stories I cover now are political in a sense, and so the two went very well together. And I really also enjoyed the video aspect of journalism and shooting video. As an MMJ, a multimedia journalist, I'm shooting a lot of my own stories and just finding ways to piece the story together. I kind of view it as a puzzle, everything from the sound to the writing to the speaking, and finding a way to just piece the puzzle together and tell the story. And these stories have big impacts in our community, and it's something I really enjoy doing.
What were some of the things that you were involved with when you were a student?
Yeah, so I was definitely involved with a lot of clubs. I was always running around from one meeting to another, but for me, Q30 was the biggest one. I was involved with the Q30 newscast, and so that was definitely one of the best decisions I made joining Q30, because we got a lot of that hands-on experience, getting comfortable with shooting with the cameras. That's exactly what I do now in my current job, and Q30 really granted me those first opportunities at learning how to edit. I had no idea how to edit coming into college, and for me it was a little bit nerve-wracking. I remember my first class where we learned how to use Adobe Premiere Pro, and Q30 helped me with that. I formed a lot of great connections, made some of my closest friends through Q30, and we were such a tight-knit group, and we made a lot of memories, and I learned a lot of the ropes. And it was just really neat to be able to go on campus and cover different stories, and whether it was for web or for our newscasts, it was a lot of fun. It taught me a lot, and it really laid the foundation and the framework for me to be able to be prepared for my first internship and then my first job.
So one of the things that I hear from students who work at Q30 is that it helps them decide whether they want to be behind the camera or in front of the camera. Had you already figured that out, or was that a decision that you made at Q30?
So I think Q30 kind of helped solidify that decision for me. So I really enjoyed, anchoring some of the newscasts, and then I also really enjoyed, going out and shooting some of the content, going out to different events on campus and covering those stories. And I like the writing aspect, which is what a lot of producers did, writing those scripts and whatnot. And so my love for both kind of ended up taking me to what I do now, producing and reporting, but I will be entirely open. I do enjoy reporting much more than I enjoy producing. I like both, but I feel I'm really in my element when I'm out in the field reporting or just sharing people's stories through interviews or whatnot.
How did you get internships when you were at Quinnipiac?
Yeah, so I think internships are so important because, not only is it required as a course in order for you to graduate, but that's really how you form connections with people in the media industry. And so I think the School of Communications did a great job of notifying students of, hey, these are internships you could apply to. There were always those weekly newsletters, and I would always look through them, see what kind of interested me, and look through those and see, hey, is this something I'd want to do? I did end up doing one internship with the School of Communications, and then really the internship that helped me, I'd say, the most was my internship with News 8, the ABC affiliate in New Haven. So I did that the summer going into my senior year, and that was my first internship at a television station, and I knew I wanted to go into broadcast journalism. Print while I enjoyed, I was just more passionate about broadcast. And so that summer, I got to learn the ropes. I got to shadow reporters out in the field, photographers, producers. I made a lot of great connections, left my business card with people that I met there. And then News 8 ended up offering me my first job while I was still in Quinnipiac.
Wow, that sounds incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
So you graduate and you go work for Channel 8?
Yeah, so I actually started working for them during my last semester at Quinnipiac. So I technically ended up graduating in December 2017, and I started with News 8 in October. So I was still a full-time student and working almost full-time hours, so it was a little crazy and obviously not an easy transition, but I think it paid off, and I started producing weeknights at News 8. Weekend nights, and then I would associate produce during the week, and then that's really how I got to learn how to solidify my broadcast writing and producing, and so it was a great experience, and I was happy to be back there after interning there.
And what made you decide to go from Channel 8 to WFSB?
So, like we had mentioned earlier, as much as I liked producing, I really wanted to be out in the field, and so after producing for a bit, I was like, okay, I think it's time. I spoke with, some of my mentors at News 8, and they told me, hey, if reporting is really what you want to do, then that's what you should go out for. And I was a little nervous at the time in college, being someone who wears the headscarf. Not many people like me look like me on television, so I kind of stuck to behind the scenes work, but a lot of my mentors at News 8 were like, hey, if you want to be in front of the camera and out reporting, then you should go do that. And so I would go in on my days off, I shadowed reporters, I put together a reporting reel, and then I started looking for jobs, and I'm really fortunate that my job search led me to WFSB, where now I produce and report. So it's the best of both worlds.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Connect with Chris. Hello, we're back on Connect with Chris. Joining us today again is Ayah Galal. Ayah is a graduate of the School of Communications in Journalism and Political Science, and she is now a reporter and producer at WFSB. Ayah, tell us a little bit about your job at WFSB. What does that all involve, and what are you doing?
Yeah, so right now I am a multimedia journalist, reporter, and producer at WFSB. So as a reporter, I am pitching stories every day that I'm reporting. We have a morning editorial meeting. That's when reporters, producers will pitch their ideas, and then I'll be out in the field. So if I'm MMJing, I am shooting the video, I am editing the video, I'm writing the story, and piecing it all together. And so it's great to be able to be out in the field. What I love is every day is something new about this job. Every day it's a new story. Every day it's a new assignment, a new location. The story will take you someplace different, and it takes you out of your comfort zone, and you also meet new people along the way. And so that's something that I really enjoy about being out in the field reporting.
What's been the one story in the past year that's just sticks in your mind?
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of feature stories. I love being able to really sit down with a person, get to know them, get to be able to share their story and the impact that they're having, whether it be on their community or in other people's lives. So for me, I would have to say that story was a feature I did on a Hartford police officer who's spent the last several years helping dozens and dozens of homeless people in the Hartford area. And so I got to spend a day with him as he, walked his beat and did his job. And it was funny because one story that I was working on basically led to this story. I was covering a Hartford City Council meeting, and he happened to be at that meeting. He introduced himself to me. We were talking. One thing led to another, and he was telling me about his work helping the homeless. And then I was like, hey, hang on. I would love to do a feature profile on this. And I'd have to say it was definitely one of my favorite stories I've done at WFSB.
That sounds great. Okay, we're going to start a new segment on Connect with Chris where we're going to get to know our alumni. We're going to ask them a series of questions about their personal preferences. So Ayah, let's start. Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Definitely hamburgers. I actually hate hot dogs.
And what do we take on our hamburger? What are the toppings?
Oh, basically lettuce, tomato. I'm not really an onion person. Barbecue sauce for sure, or ketchup. Definitely pickles. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Spring or fall?
Fall. Especially fall at Quinnipiac. It's impossible to beat next to the giant and the leaves changing colors. Fall is definitely my favorite time on this campus.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Mountains or beach?
Beach. I'm a beach person.
Why?
Yeah. I love the water. There's something calming about it. I actually just spent a few days in Mystic, Connecticut by the water. That was my little mini vacay because can't really travel abroad right now with the pandemic, but I love being able to just chill by the beach, read a book by the beach, drink a coffee. Yeah.
Mystic is a great place to go.
Beautiful, right?
All right, since you mentioned coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee. Yeah, I just gave away the answer.
And what do we take in our coffee?
So I prefer it iced.
Okay.
Even in Quinnipiac, I was known if there was a storm, I would still show up to class with an iced coffee. But I do like it a little sweet. So I'll get it with maybe caramel one day, blueberry another day, almond milk usually. I'm not a cream person, not anymore at least.
And I'm going to follow up with that since you're such a coffee aficionado. Dunkin' or Starbucks?
I do like both, but Starbucks more.
Okay.
But I'll drink both.
Okay. Chocolate or vanilla?
Definitely chocolate.
Why?
I love chocolate. I like chocolate ice cream. I like to just eat milk chocolate, chocolate with caramel. Chocolate makes everything better. Stress eating chocolate. Yeah, there were definitely a lot of late news nights where I'd be at work and I'm like, oh, I need chocolate right now to get me through. So.
Okay, chocolate in your coffee?
Like a mocha coffee. Yeah, I'll go for a mocha occasionally. Not every day, but yeah.
Okay. Morning person or night person?
I would say probably more of a night person. Yeah. I wish I was actually more of a morning person, but I think college was really where I became a night owl. And then even now there are days, I don't leave work till 11:30 and crazy hours in news. Yeah.
Yeah. Horror or comedy?
I guess it depends on the mood, but I think, maybe comedy if I just need a good laugh, after a long day at work or something. Yeah.
Okay. Here's one that I know is going to cause an argument. Target or Walmart?
Oh, God. Oh, well, I think Target people are very passionate about Target. I might cause some controversy by saying this. For me, it doesn't really matter. I mean,
it doesn't really matter to me either.
Yeah. Whatever's closest to where I am and more convenient, honestly.
All right, dogs or cats?
Oh, I do like both, but I'd say more dogs.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's the only answer to give.
Right? And you know that firsthand.
Yes. And last but not least, Red Sox or Yankees?
Well, I heard you're a Red Sox fan, so I'll be honest, I'm not a crazy baseball person, but I'll go with Red Sox.
All right. Even though they suck this year, that's the right answer.
What happened to baseball this year?
Yeah, they're doing a 60-game season, but some teams I don't think are going to get the full 60 games in.
Oh,
all right, I got one last question that's not on the list.
Okay, go ahead, fire away.
And favorite pizza in New Haven?
Oh, Pepe's.
Why?
It's just a margarita pizza from Pepe's. Exactly what you need on a Friday night. Okay. And that was the best part about working in New Haven. The food, oh my God. Especially the pizza, yeah.
All right, I want to thank Ayah Galal for joining us today on Connect with Chris. Thanks for watching.